Good evening, everyone. I want to share a story with you. I know someone who is currently living in an RV. Every time I go to the RV park and try to give him a dinner box, he says, "No, thank you." He puzzled me. Why he refused to take the food? So I asked him, "You very politely refuse our dinner. Is there a reason?" He said, "I'm doing okay. I lost my job. I lost my house just before the pandemic. But I have a little bit of money and I can get my own food. But there are so many other people who need food. Please give it to them. I'm not going hungry. I want my job back and my house back." This is the kind of generosity, this love for our fellow man is a recurring theme I see among the unhoused community, which is often hard to come by in the housed community. This is the exact kind of love that we try to emulate here at Community Seva. Like for most of you, this year has been incredibly challenging for Community Seva with the increase in homelessness and food insecurity throughout the Bay Area due to this ongoing COVID crisis. With the unemployment rate rising, more and more people are unable to afford the high Bay Area rents and they end up living in encampments, streets, RVs, or cars. Many people are scared to go to the shelters because they are afraid of contracting COVID. So they end up living on the streets. And I have personally seen kids living in RVs in a sweltering hot weather on one hand and living in tents and cold on a pouring rain on the other hand. Honestly, I was very worried when the pandemic hit. How could we proceed with our mission? But when there is a will, there is a way. I'm not talking about my own will alone, but there is the entire core team of Community Seva's will. We could not sit at home and worry about our own safety when there was such a need around us. We had to act fast and we did. In fact, not only we have continued to serve the homeless, we have actually expanded our outreach tremendously and added additional many more initiatives. Community Seva used to serve meals only during the weekend, as you know. But since COVID began, we have been serving meals every single day. I repeat, every single day. We have been providing over 1,200 meals a week, and we continue to serve breakfast to women and children who are living in the shelters through McDonald's, and continue to serve dinner to the people who are living in RVs and in Mountain View and in San Jose, and also to senior citizens in Oakland. We realized homeless people have no way to charge their phones anymore. So we ordered thousands of solar phone chargers and distributed them to the folks in need throughout the Bay Area. Sometimes the needs are more dire. A few weeks ago, the entire camp burned down due to arson, and the residents lost everything. Community Seva was there next day morning with food, water, blankets, and solar chargers. Speaking to seniors living in RVs in Oakland, one of our teen volunteers realized that they only have access to microwave to cook. That inspired the youth volunteer to create a tasty treats bag. For a small amount of $10, a bag full of groceries could be delivered to them to cook throughout the week. In June, Community Seva celebrated its 7th anniversary, having served over 150,000 meals. Since shelter in place implemented, we have served over 40,000 meals. Sometimes even I can't believe that we have handed over that many meals. But it is not about the numbers or the things we have done. Community Seva is about the people we serve. The two women we met who were 9 months pregnant, the family of 6 living in an RV, the countless disabled folks we met who are in wheelchairs or on the walkers and canes, the seniors grateful for a hot meal before they retire to the darkness of to the tent, or the solitude of their RV. All of these people are facing some of the toughest times in their lives with no end in sight. Winter only is going to increase their troubles. Their smiles and happiness when they see our volunteers' face are the reason why what we do. All of you know Thanksgiving is around the corner. Every year, Community Seva serves Thanksgiving dinner to 500 people. This year, we are planning to distribute 1,000 dinners in one day. How are we doing to do all these things? We have an army of reliable, hardworking volunteers. But what we need is financial support. We need you. Without your support, we honestly cannot take on any more initiatives. We may not even able to continue what we are doing into the next year if the homeless numbers continues to increase. Today, I'm here to humbly ask you for help. I promise you that every single dollar you donate will be used towards our mission of feeding the hungry and serving the homeless. Believe me, I understand that these are financially very difficult times. My own wife lost her job as a preschool teacher, but none of us here are struggling for our next meal. We have a bathroom to use and a safe place to sleep every night. But this is not true for our homeless brothers and sisters, my friends. Their situation is direr than it has been ever before. I got a text other day from someone whom I know who lives in a car. Hey Nate, can you please bring me some dinner for me? I'm alone today. If it is too much of trouble, don't worry. I'll go dig into the dumpsters nearby a restaurant. For a minute, I couldn't believe what I was hearing. And this person is someone who lives very close to my place. And this is the situation of a homeless person living in this pandemic. With the pandemic showing no signs of ending, we can be sure that more and more people will end up on the streets. It's our moral obligation to prevent these people from getting sicker due to lack of food, and we cannot let our unhoused neighbors fall through the cold cracks into this deadliest winter grasp. Dr. Martin Luther King said, "The time is always right to do what is right." This is the right time for you to open up your wallet and support our community and Community Seva's mission. Thank you.